William Branham told his followers that he received his revelation of the 7 church ages directly from God.
When we got finished with the book of the revelation of the church, what God did to those 7 churches which were then in their infancy or their shadow in Asia Minor, then the Holy Spirit revealed and opened us all the mysteries in there of how He's brought His church through history. And
the problem is that William Branham stole significant parts of his revelation from Clarence Larkin's book, Dispensational Truth, or God's Plan and Purpose in the Ages, which was published in 1918. Now, I do understand that William Branham referred to Clarence Larkin, but the first time he did so was over 7 months after preaching his series on the church ages. Specifically, he refers to Larkin in relation to research he was doing on the 70 weeks of Daniel.
I've been reading Dr. Larkin's book, Dr. Smith's book, Dr. Schofield's notes, different commentaries from man everywhere, and yet I cannot put theirs together to make it come out right, see?
He never mentions Larkin in connection with his sermons on the 7 church ages or the 7 seals. And when he does mention Clarence Larkin, it seems as though he disagrees with him. But the truth is that the amount of material that William Branham copied from Larkin in the 7 church age series is so significant that it goes completely beyond the scope of a video presentation like this. If you wish to see the full extent of the theft, please refer to the details on our website and in the information below this video. Here are the dates of the church ages according to Clarence Larkin. William Branham copied Clarence Larkin's dates for each of the ages almost verbatim. You can see that they are virtually identical. William Branham repeatedly stressed that the messenger to each church age came at the end of their particular age.
God sends the messenger of that age at the end of the time. Always at the end, never at the beginning. At the end.
But this is complete nonsense. Let's look at each age. Most scholars put Paul's death in either 64 or 65 AD. This is only 12 years after William Branham said the church age started. He did change the start of the Ephesian church age from Larkin's 70 AD to AD 53 to coincide with the writing of Paul's first epistle. The problem with this change of the date is that the letter to the Ephesian church, as contained in chapter 2 of the book of Revelations, was not written until after Paul's death. So, Paul never got the letter that William Branham said God had addressed to him? How does that make any sense? Moving on, Irenaeus was at the start of the age, and so was Martin. William Branham really messed up with Columba, as he was born in the Pergamus age and never even made it to the age of Thyatira. How could he be the messenger to that age? Luther and Wesley were both ministering at the beginning of their respective ages. I think the reason William Branham made his comment about messengers coming at the end of the age was that he was convinced that he was the messenger to the Laodicean age, and he was, in his opinion, clearly at the end of the age. Everything was supposed to end in 1977. However, as time moves on, it is clear he was born at the beginning of the age. William Branham's church age doctrine is outdated and obsolete. While it was at one time accepted by premillennial dispensationalists like Clarence Larkin, the continued study of church history has shown that the doctrine was based on poor research and certainly does not fit the actual history or the current state of the church. The clearest example of this is the Laodicean age. On a cursory examination, it does appear that our current age is one of excess riches and lukewarmness. But that comparison disappears as soon as one looks outside of the first world. Less than 20% of evangelical Christians live in North America or Europe, where lukewarm churches abound. Today, more evangelicals live in Asia than in any other continent. 60% of evangelicals are in Asia or Africa. The churches in the third world, particularly in countries where the church is persecuted, are anything but lukewarm. In fact, according to current research, more Christians have died for their faith in this current century than in all other centuries of church history combined. The only reason William Branham preached the church age doctrine was to point to himself. It is now over 60 years since William Branham initially preached the church age series. And the only thing about his ministry that is increasingly clear is the failure of his claims as a prophet.